How we doing, folks? It's Kelley, your certified holistic nutritionist, coming to you straight from the airways of Houston, Texas. How we doing this morning? How's everybody's Friday night? TGIF yesterday. Now it's the weekend. We're the weekend starting. So what do you got planned for this weekend? Anything fun? Anything exciting? You know? Yeah. How we doing? It's Kelley. We're back again, as we always are. Talk about all things pre-diabetes, gestational diabetes, insulin resistance, high blood sugar. Can type 2 diabetes be reversed? Do you have to take medication for the rest of your life? Is it possible to lower your A1C and keep it there? These are the questions we answer throughout this live, folks. So we're going to do a lot of myth busting today, as we always do. Welcome. It's Kelley. If you're just joining us, my name's Kelley, your certified holistic nutritionist. We're just starting the live. We're going to get things going here in a second. But as we always talk about, it's all things diabetes, folks. Pre-diabetes, type 2 diabetes, borderline diabetes. Shoot, we can even talk about weight loss, obesity, because diabetes and obesity are usually one and the same. So they call it diabesity. That's what I had. Heart disease. I had heart disease, diabetes, and I was obese. So diabesity. That's what we're going to uncover. Who's the villain that we're fighting? The villain that we're fighting, folks, is insulin resistance. That is the villain. High blood sugar. That's the villain. But today we're going to figure out how to defeat it. I appreciate the follow. Hey, do me a favor, folks. If you're just coming in, do me a favor and bebop that screen. Double tap that screen. Share this live out with anybody that you know that is struggling with this condition. Struggling with insulin resistance, struggling with erectile dysfunction, struggling with PCOS, struggling with whole bunch of slew of other different things. It's probably all related back to insulin resistance. Probably what it all related back to. Chris, pretty much that's what everything is related back to insulin resistance. How we doing, folks? It's Kelley, your certified holistic nutritionist. A couple more folks came into the room. We talk about all things diabetes, type 2 diabetes in specific. We talk about, is diabetes reversible? Once you get diabetes, you have to have it for the rest of your life. So pre-diabetes, type 2 diabetes, erectile dysfunction. Do you have to have all that stuff for the rest of your life? Do you have to take metformins and all of this other different stuff for the rest of your life? Like, is that the path? No, folks. That's not the path. Okay. It's only the path if you want it to be that path. But you have the power to actually change. You've got the power to actually tear up your old script and live your life totally different. Because diabetes, folks, is a very, very reversible condition. Type 2 diabetes I'm referring to. Type 1 is a whole different ball game. Yeah, you can become more insulin. It can make the condition better. But type 1 diabetes that's unfortunately, that's a lifelong condition. But type 2 diabetes is a totally different ball game, right? It's a lifestyle-related disease. We're like, what does that mean, Kelley? It's a lifestyle-related disease. Well, here's what I mean by that. I'm just going to keep it simple. It means it was your lifestyle that caused the condition, and that means that it's your lifestyle that can get rid of the condition. Just like most of these conditions are lifestyle-related conditions. So what do you do if you have a lifestyle-related condition like type 2 diabetes? Well, the answer is within the answer, okay? You got to change your lifestyle. That's what you got to do. You got to change your lifestyle in very specific areas. Stress management, activity levels, eating. What are you eating? Are you eating the good stuff, the clean eating, or are you eating a bunch of crap? And then sleep. Sleep has a whole hell of a lot to do with it, believe it or not. And then alcohol, substance abuse. Those are the areas of your life that we got to dive deep into to find out what went wrong in those areas. Something went wrong in those areas in your lifestyle, maybe one area or maybe multiple areas. But those are the areas. It's a formula. Peaceful mind, active body, clean eating, effective sleep. Do me a favor, folks. Bebop the screen, double tap that screen, and share this live out with anybody that you know that is struggling with this condition. Today, what we're going to talk about, how to defeat the condition. Just like I did. Yes, I had diabetes, I had heart disease, and I was obese, the triple whammy. So I know a thing or two about defeating this condition, folks. I know that diabetes is a lifestyle, type 2 diabetes is a dietarian, lifestyle-driven condition. Why? Because I had the condition. I had a diabetes, heart disease, obesity. As you can tell, I'm no longer obese. I no longer have any of that, right? I lost my light there. Okay, we're back. I'm no longer obese. Why? It's because I changed my lifestyle. And that is the secret formula that I'm going to give to y'all today. It's not really a secret formula. It's just that you're just going to have to do some work. You're going to have to step outside of your comfort zone. That's the only way. Yeah, you can get your A1C to a 5.3. Yeah, you can get off of the Manjaros. Yeah, you can get off of the metformins and all of that stuff. Just like many people have done who have joined the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. People have joined the 14 days. And as little as 14 days, the doctor has taken folks off of their medication. I didn't take them off their medication. I'm not a doctor. I can't take you off your medication. That's not my call. I can't do that. I don't have a medical license. Okay. So I cannot take you off of, prescribe you or take you off of medication. But I can tell you what to eat. I'm a nutritionist. I can tell you what to eat. Because that goes into your lifestyle. So diabetes is a dietary and lifestyle driven condition. So we can change it. I can show you how to change your diet to get maximum impact on your blood sugar. So there's been people who have joined the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, and they've taken their A1C from an 8 to a 6. Okay. And the doctor took them off of their medication. These are real stories. From a 7.1 to a 5.7 in 14 days. So what do you eat? Here's what you eat. Real, whole, unprocessed foods. That's what I'm going to put y'all on. I'm going to put y'all on game the entire time. Do me a favor, folks, and put new in the chat. If you're new to me, if you never heard of me, you're new to the chat. We're going to get back here to the board. We're going to talk about all things A1C first, but put a new in the chat. Yeah, if you never heard of me before. Let's see how many new folks we got. Okay. Couple newbies, couple new folks. Okay, quite a few new folks. Okay, quite a few new folks. All right, folks, my name's Kelley, your certified holistic nutritionist, coming to you straight from the airways of Houston, Texas. I used to have diabetes, I used to have heart disease, and I used to be obese. There's quite a few new folks. But I no longer have obesity, as I said earlier. I'm no longer obese. I no longer have diabetes. What did I do? I changed my lifestyle. Stress management, had to get it under control. Activity levels, had to get off of the couch. Eating, I had to stop eating the crack. Okay? And I had to start eating real, whole, unprocessed foods. And I had to start managing my sleep better. And then I stopped drinking at the age of 40. When I turned 40 years old, I stopped drinking. I've been following, and you have helped me immensely. Thank you, Tonester. Thank you. All right, new A1C is at 11. Let's talk about it. Do me a favor, folks. Put the word A1C in the chat because we're getting ready to talk about all things A1C. Like I said, my name's Kelley, a certified holistic nutritionist. First thing that we're going to talk about, A1C. What is it? What's a hemoglobin A1C? What does it mean to have insulin resistance? What does it mean to have diabetes? We're going to find out what that means. And then next, we're going to talk about how to fix it. What is the work that you got to do? Because it can be fixed, folks. Did you know that everybody has the ability to get their A1C to a 5.3? Everybody has that ability. This is a fact, right? This is a fact. Did y'all know that? Everyone has the ability to get your A1C to a 5.3. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, folks. I'm going to the board. Class is in session. All right, let me lift my camera up over here on the other side. I got a couple of cameras. Hold on. All right. All right, let's see. All right, sorry about that. But here we go. We're lifting the cameras up. It's getting a little rocky. But we're going to the board. A1C. Class is now in session. Class is now in session. Okay. Hemoglobin A1C. What is it? Like I told you before, this is what Doesn't matter how old you are, folks. Because we had someone who's 80 years old. Someone who's 80 years old joined the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Got amazing results at the age of 80. So it doesn't matter how old you are. Age is really only a number. That's all it really is. It's a number. 80 years old. She joined the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Got her numbers below 100. Hadn't been under 100 in 5 years. She's 80. So age is not a number. Age is only a number. I was 40 when I decided to make after 40, 42 years old is when I decided to make a change. So it's not downhill after the age of 40, folks. Let's see here. If you have anxiety, how can you have a peaceful mind? Those 3 M's: meditation, mindfulness, meet with your therapist. Master those 3 areas. You'll master anxiety. You master those 3 areas: meditation, mindfulness, meet with your therapist. What herb is good for neuropathy? Well, neuropathy is for immediate relief is going to be vitamin B1. For immediate relief, like I said, I'm not a doctor. I'm not prescribing you anything. But here's what I am saying. That's a supplement, vitamin B1, benfotiamine. It's great. Vitamin B1, benfotiamine. Any herbal suggestions? Yeah, spices. Spice up your life. All the spices. Cumin, coriander, cilantro. Man, spice up your life. Spices are great. But as far as herbs, nah, it's not. I'm not an herbalist. I can't tell you all that. Just found out my A1C. Just found out my A1C is an 8. Any suggestions with fruit content? Best ones. Well, when it comes to fruit, you want to stick to lower glycemic index fruits. Things like berries, blueberries, blackberries, raspberries, strawberries. This is what you want in your life, folks. Lower glycemic index fruits. And then also, never eat naked fruit. We'll cover fruit. We're going to talk about clean eating coming up in a little bit, but never eat naked fruit, folks. Always put some clothing on your fruit first. That'll make more sense a little bit later. You look great. Good for you. Yes, I was shocked. I'm 60. Yeah, 60. Yeah, 60 is young. Like I said, we've had someone who I told you before, she got taken off of her medications by all of her doctor after hanging out with me on the 2-week after doing the 2-week challenge. The doctor took her off for all her metformins and GLP-1s and all that stuff. And she's 62. Okay. Like I said, people who joined the challenge, 73 years old joined the challenge. Somebody 80 years old joined the challenge. Doesn't matter how old you are. Ages. Your body wants to heal. I don't care how old you are. And you can age backwards. You could do a whole Benjamin Button. Yeah. Love the 3 M's. You're quite welcome, Melissa. Thank you. You're quite welcome. You're quite welcome. Q&A time, folks. Where are your Q&As? Do me a favor, folks, and bebop that screen. Double tap that screen. Share this live out with anybody that you know that is struggling with this condition. Anybody you know that is struggling with insulin resistance, pre-diabetes, gestational diabetes, man, forward this live out there to them. I'm a 6.1. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm 61 at 5.7. Yeah, okay. What you want to do about it? You want to get it down a little bit lower? What are we eating for 14 days? You're eating real food. You're eating real, whole, unprocessed food. Same stuff that you do eat every day. Same stuff that you do every day, minus the fruit. We want to do fruit for 14 days. Minus that, everything else is in play. But it's a streamlined approach. It's a streamlined approach. What could be done when we are having a craving? Well, cravings won't go away. Cravings will go away overnight, but it's a process. You got to make the cravings go away by changing what you eat. Change what you eat for a week. You can even do this. You can just do a savory breakfast. Start your day off with a savory breakfast. Something as simple as that will help with the cravings. A savory breakfast is something like a protein, a fat, and a non-starchy veggie. So a protein, a veggie, a non-starchy fat, like chicken and broccoli and an avocado. Chicken and broccoli and an avocado. That's a savory breakfast. You can start your day off like that. You can also, if you're ready for serious change, if you've gotten to the point where change isn't just desire, where you're like, yo, listen, I am ready for serious change. If you're ready for serious change, then you should join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. 7.5, 5.3, I want. The question is, what are you willing? Are you ready to put in the work? If you're ready to put in that work, if you are ready for change, then the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge is calling your name. Daily Thrive. Use that discount code ENERGY. You use that discount code ENERGY, you're doing that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. I promise you, your blood sugar, your life will never be the same. Many people have joined this challenge. Many people have gotten amazing results. Are you still going to be diabetic after 2 weeks? Yeah, you're still going to be a diabetic after 2 weeks. But here's the thing. You're going to put a big dent, okay, in your overall A1C, because your A1C is not going to lower it by itself. That's how people have gone from an 8 to a 6 in as little as 14 days, from a 7.1 to a 5.7 in 14 days. What are the challenge points? What do you mean, what are the challenge points? Those are the points. The points are, we're focusing on clean eating. We're focusing on clean eating for 14 days. It's a blueprint. It's a nutrition blueprint. It's the same blueprint that everybody else does. Everybody who's joined the challenge follows the same blueprint. Why? Why does everybody follow the same blueprint for 14 days? It's because it's a proven system. It's a blueprint. All you got to do is follow it. If you're suffering from insulin resistance and you're ready to get off of that blood sugar roller coaster, all we're doing is eating real, whole, unprocessed foods. That's it. Minus the fruits, we're doing vegetables, nuts, seeds, chicken, turkey, eggs, salad, fish, chicken. Yeah, all of that in 14-day challenge. There's something for my plant-based folks, tofu, okay? Tempeh. There's something for everybody. That's how it's designed. It's a streamlined approach, folks. All the recipes are there. Look, all the recipes are there. Everything is there. Click right up here, folks. I'm going to show you where it is. Click right up here, and then you click on my picture again. Show you where it is. Here's all the goodies right here, folks. It's going to come to right here. Click right here. Boom. Here's where all the goodies are. It's like Disney World, folks. This is like Disney World for diabetic. So if you're suffering from insulin resistance, folks, this is your Disney World. Okay? It's a grab and go. The quiz, free. Masterclass, free. 14-day blood sugar reset challenge is right here for my folks who have just come in. It is a nutrition blueprint, folks. 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. The challenge is, who's the challenge for? The challenge is for people anyone who is struggling with prediabetes, gestational diabetes, type 2 diabetes, high blood sugar, insulin resistance, erectile dysfunction, PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome, anybody suffering from any of that. It's a nutrition blueprint. What are we doing? We're eating real food. Are you ready to take back control of your blood sugar? This is what the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge is all about. How do I know that this thing works? It's because I built it, okay? I had diabetes, I had heart disease, and I was obese. The triple whammy. How do I know it works? That's how I know it works. Now, that's a total transformation right there. That's my total transformation. I didn't do this in 2 weeks. I didn't do that in 2 weeks. But here's what I did do in 2 weeks. I put a huge dent, I lost a bunch of weight in 2 weeks. I put a huge dent in my blood sugar. My blood sugar went back to the normal range within 2 weeks. So what did I do? I said, okay, well, Kelley, what'd you do? You were like, oh, okay, well, Kelley, what'd you do to do all that stuff to get your blood sugar back up? What'd you do? You want to know what I did? Here's what I did. I just streamlined it for you. 14 days, blueprint. You follow that blueprint, you're going to get the same results as everybody else. That means you're going to get off of the blood sugar roller coaster. What everybody said that they want to do. Everybody said they want to get off of that roller coaster. If you want to get off of that blood sugar roller coaster, say me, put me in the chat. If you want to get off of that blood sugar roller coaster, say me, put me in the chat, folks. You're ready to get off of that roller coaster. You're ready to get off of the ups, the downs, if that's you, so, okay, me with a lot of ease. Who's ready to get off of the blood sugar roller coaster? Only 2 people want to get off of the roller coaster. That's pretty shocking. Nobody else wants to get off of the roller coaster. Okay. Well, from a couple of folks who want to get off of that roller coaster, but I'm so tired of sticking myself. If you are tired of sticking yourself, if you wake up every day and you wake up dreading the meter, right? If the numbers on your meter are scarier than your bills, then you should join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. You should join that challenge if that's you. If you're struggling with that condition, you should join this challenge right here. You click right up here. Here's how. You click on my picture again. You're going to come right here. There it is. You click that link right there. You see that link? There it is. There's the link. Here's how. Right there. Come down and you click right here. There's a quiz, masterclass, free, all free stuff. But the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge is for those people who are ready for serious change. Well, they said, like I said, they've had that day. They say, you know what? I've had that day. The neuropathy, somebody said something about neuropathy. I've gotten to where neuropathy has gotten so bad, Kelley. I don't know what to do, man. I'm ready to be done with this. I just want my life back. I want to hang out with my kids. I want to walk my kids down the aisle. I want to see my kid graduate. This is what I want to do. If you have type 1, it's the same thing. It's different, but it's the same. You've got to become more insulin sensitive. If you're ready to become more insulin sensitive, then you should join this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. If, like I said, if you want to add more years back to your life, if you've got plans in the future, like I said, to become a great grandmother, wouldn't that be nice to become a great grandmother? It's $99 to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. But if you use the live discount code ENERGY, use the live discount code ENERGY, you're 20% off and you're joining the challenge for $79 to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, folks. That's the live discount code ENERGY. But like I said, the challenge, if you've gotten to the point where you're like, yeah, I'm still just sticking my toe in it, Kelley. I'm not at that point yet, Kelley. I'm not at the point where the pain has gotten bad enough yet. I'm not there yet. If you haven't gotten there yet, the challenge might not be for you. But if you've gotten to the point where you don't want to get to that pain, that future pain, then you should stop it right there in the beginning. You should join this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Because a lot of people said that they would do anything. They'd do anything to get their number here. They'd do anything to get their number to a 5.3. They would love that. Well, if that was you earlier and you said, yes, I would love to do that. I would love to get my number there. You should join that challenge. Use that discount code ENERGY. Type 1 diabetic as well. I was originally diagnosed with type 2, and then as soon as the doctor threw me shots instead. Yeah. Yeah, that's a very interesting point, Phil. I know how it goes. Like he said, most of the people are not ready because they tried anything beside. They haven't never tried anything besides what the doctor tells them tells them what it is. Yeah, that's it. That's usually how we all go, folks. That's how it all goes. But here's the thing: when I say about when it comes to doctors, I love doctors. Doctors are great, but doctors can treat your symptoms, but doctors cannot take care of you. A doctor can treat your symptoms by giving you some different type of medication, but they can't take care of you. You have to change. You have to become your own doctor. You have to take care of yourself. Because the only time the doctor sees you is when they pull your chart. That's the only time they really probably think about you is when they pull your chart. Those other 3 months before you see your doctor again, you think your doctor's thinking about you? Your doctor ain't thinking about you. You got some other patients. Probably only has like 10 minutes with each patient. So doctors can treat your symptoms, but they cannot take care of you. That responsibility, folks, that's your responsibility. So you got to become your own doctor in that aspect. Mindset we need to change. Yeah, it is a big mindset change. It is a big mindset shift because here's why. We become a prisoner to our preferences. That's why change is so hard. But we cannot become a prisoner to our preferences. If we want something different, we're going to have to do something different. If we want something different. For things to change, you're going to have to change. A1C 5.7, feet, pins, needles from severe pain, stenosis, reduce inflammation has help. Okay, great. Fantastic. Soraya, okay, what is the 14-day challenge? The 14-day challenge is for anybody who is stuck on that blood sugar roller coaster and they've got the highs, the lows, and they're ready to get off of that bottomless pit of more and more medication. If that's you, then you should join the challenge. It is a nutrition blueprint. Like I said, for people who are ready to get off of that blood sugar roller coaster. If you're tired about being tired, then that 14-day challenge is the move. 14 days, hang out with your boy. It's a blueprint. I got you. You want to join that challenge? Use that discount code ENERGY. You're joining the challenge for $79 to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Teach You Speak may reach 2 people. Good luck. People in America are set in their ways. All right, boss. It's Soraya. Oh, okay, nice to see you, Soraya. Intermittent fasting has really lowered my A1C. Fantastic. Amazing. Very informative. Thanks and appreciate you. Thank you. Appreciate you. I was on narcotics for spine pain 25 years and detoxed myself, and they never called me. So how am I? I don't know what you mean by that question. The doctor's job is to keep you on the meds so that they get paid. That is their job. That is. It would not be in the best interest of the practice if you got well. If you got well, if you say you hang out with Kelley, you hang out with me for 14 days and you get well, because we're going to go put you through a real process of eating real, whole, unprocessed foods. We're going to put you through that real process. And once you go through that real process, 14 days later, There's been people who have been taken off of their medication. The doctor's not going to like that. Maybe some will, and it just depends. There's some really great doctors out there. There really is. And there's also some doctors out there that just, what's the next prescription, boss? So, like I said, you have to become your own doctor. Doctors, I love them, but they can only treat your symptoms. You have to take care of yourself. You have to become your own doctor, right? What is the blueprint? It's a nutrition blueprint. Real, whole, unprocessed foods. That's the blueprint. For 14 days, we're going to have you eating real, whole, unprocessed foods, but it's streamlined. It's a streamlined approach. It's a blueprint. The blueprint means it's a formula. Almost 300 people have joined this 14-day challenge. Lots of people have gotten amazing results. It is a challenge, though. I will keep it real. It is a challenge. The reason that's called the challenge is because it's challenging. It's going to take you outside of your comfort zone. I'm going to take you outside of your comfort zone for 14 days. But if you can stand it, you can say, and by what we're eating. But people talk about cravings and all that stuff. The reports come in, the cravings leave after about 5 to 7 days. They be like, hey, the cravings are gone. The cravings are starting to leave. After about like day 8, 9, they're like, I don't even have any more cravings, man. Why? Because we're doing a reset, a blood sugar reset. We're just giving your body the foods that it needs. Giving your body the foods that it needs. If you're suffering from high blood sugar, we're going to give it the foods that it needs, and the foods that it doesn't need, that's causing the spikes, that's causing the high blood sugar, we're going to eliminate those for 14 days. And the point is to see how well your body does. And I can guarantee, if you follow the blueprint, you're going to get yourself off of that blood sugar roller coaster, which many people have done. Here's how you join it. Say, how do I join it? And do me a favor, folks. Bebop that screen, double tap that screen, man, and see if we can get that thing. At least let me get to 6,000. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I do a terrible job whenever I don't get when you guys don't give me the hearts. I'm just playing. Click right here. Click on my picture again. Okay, got you. Here we go. Here we go. Here it is. Here's how you get to it. Here's where the challenge is, folks. Right here. Here it is. 14-day blood sugar reset challenge is that one right there. You click on that one. There it is. There's the challenge. There's a lot of freebies as well. If you have not taken the quiz, go take the quiz in the masterclass. But if you're ready for serious change, if you're ready to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, you say, today's the day. I am ready for change, Kelley. I am ready because I've been struggling with this condition for way too long, man. It's been hurting me, and like the pain has gotten too much. I'm in a lot of pain, man. I need help. I've been doing this for like 15, 20 years. If that's you, if you are ready for change, you're ready to get outside of your comfort zone, if you're ready to take back control of your life, if that's you, if you're ready, Malou, use that discount code ENERGY. It's $99 to join the challenge. But if you use the discount code, live discount code ENERGY, you join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge for $79 to join that 14-day challenge. Yeah. Okay. Oh my God. Yeah. With the antipsychotics. Yeah, man. It's a lot of medications. Like I said, I'm not your doctor, but here's the thing. Medication can cause you to become insulin resistant as well. Steroids, all different types of stuff medications can cause you to become insulin resistant as well. So yeah, appreciate you sharing that, boss. Okay, folks, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go use the little boys' room. I'll be back. It's getting ready to start at the 9 o'clock hour. So I'll be back, and we're gonna shift gears a little bit, folks, and we're gonna get off of the maintaining the pace and answering your questions. And now we're gonna get back to the board. And we're going to talk about all things clean eating. So that's next. So don't go anywhere, folks. I'm going to be back. I'm going to use the little boys' room. I'm going to take a little break, but I'll be back. In the meantime, if you're ready, if you've gotten to the point where, you, like I said, you've gotten to the point where you don't know what to do, you're frustrated, the doctors gave you the warning signs, but no real roadmap. If you're ready for that real roadmap, then if you're ready to take a chance on yourself, you say, you know what, I'm going to take a chance on myself. If you're ready to take a chance on yourself, then you should join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Use the discount code, the live discount code, ENERGY. You join the challenge for $79. But we'll be back. But there's a lot of freebies as well. There's a quiz, there's the master class, there's a PDF. Man, go grab and go. That link is in my description. Go grab and go get all that stuff. I'll be back in a minute or two. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back. All right, folks, we're back. We're live. We're back. Let's see if I missed any questions while I was gone. Did anybody take the quiz while I was gone? Nope. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's shift gears. Let's start talking about all things clean eating. We're back up on the board, folks. We're going back to the board. Folks, whenever they say you got to lose weight, whenever they say that, you need to lose, 50 pounds or whatever, and when they say that you got to count your calories, you got to weigh your food, you got to do all that. Who enjoys doing that? Who hates doing that, shall I say? Who hates counting their calories? Who hates weighing their food? Who hates doing all of that stuff when it comes to doing this weight loss thing? Put a me in the chat, folks, if you hate doing that. When they say that you've got to count these calories, weigh this food, do all this stuff. What if there was a different way? Right? Terry, shout out to you, Terry. Yeah. Beyond blessed. Yeah, me. Yeah, you hate it. You hate it. Yeah, okay. Question is, why do you hate it, though? Why do you hate it? You hate it because it's tedious. But here's the thing. What if there were a different way? What if there were a different way to actually lose the weight without having to count all the calories, without having to weigh all the food, without having to do all that stuff? What if there were a different way? And I'm here to tell you, folks, that there is a different way. And that different way is called the clean eating plates. This, folks, it's called the 50-25-25 rule. So instead of counting all those calories and weighing all that food and doing all that stuff, why don't we eat like this instead? It's called the clean eating plate. That's what it's called. Check this out. Instead of doing all that calorie counting and weighing all the food and doing all that nonsense that it's irrelevant, all that stuff's irrelevant, folks. Counting calories, if that works for you, fantastic. But for most people, that is super, super tedious, me included. So why don't we eat like this instead? Here's a better way of eating. 50%. Or 50% what? 50% non-starchy veggies. That's what it is. 50% non-starchy veggies. But what are non-starchy veggies? Broccoli, cauliflower, kale, spinach, arugula, all the greens. This is all non-starchy veggies. Carrots. Fill your plate with 50% of that. Okay. 25% lean protein and fats. Proteins and fats. You know, but what kind of protein? What's a lean protein, Kelly? Well, leaner sources of protein, like whatever you prefer. So whether it's chicken, whether it's turkey, whether it's salmon, whether it's tofu, tempeh, bacon. I mean, not bacon. Sorry, that's the one. That's not clean eating. Bacon is not clean eating, folks. Okay, it's gonna go in the crap category. Bacon is not a healthy protein, so those are the ones that you want to avoid. Bacon, salami, all of the deli meats. These are the ones that you want to avoid, folks. And for my folks in Louisiana, boudin is not clean eating. Boudin is not clean eating, folks. Contrary to popular belief, crawfish is not clean eating, folks, for my folks in Louisiana. Fats. What kind of fats? Healthy fats. Things like avocados, nuts, and seeds. There only are 3 approved oils: avocado, coconut, olive. If it ain't avocado, coconut, or olive, man, put it back on the shelf. We're talking about lowering your A1C naturally. We're talking about getting rid of all of the junk, all of the crap, all of the oils, all of the different oils. If it ain't avocado, coconut, or olive, they're all just crap. And try to avoid those oils as much as you possibly can. Things like canola oil and vegetable oil and peanut oil and all that stuff. Man, take all that stuff and throw it in the trash. Things that are not healthy fats are things like cheese, folks. I know, contrary to popular belief, but cheese is not clean eating. You want to know more about cheese? Like I said, watch the documentary or watch the lecture by my man Walter V, who's a zoologist. Check him out, and he's going to tell you a little thing or two about dairy. He knows a thing or two about animals. He's a zoologist, for crying out loud. So that's the 25%, proteins and fats. The other 25%, the final 25%, is going to be carbs and fruit. It's called the clean eating plate, folks. And then we're going to go down. We're going to put a down arrow. Reason you're going to put a down arrow is because there's a very specific rule when it comes to carbohydrates. You're like, well, what kind of carbohydrates can I eat, Kelly? Well, whatever kind of carbohydrates that you want, as long as you're obeying the specific rule. Now, am I talking about eating refined carbohydrates? No, we ain't talking about refined carbohydrates. We're not talking about all of the breads and all of that, all of the breads and the whole Twinkies and the ding dongs and the Cheetos and all of that. No, that's not what we're talking about, folks. Not those kind of carbohydrates. We're talking about real whole unprocessed, things like potatoes and quinoa and rice. And if you do pasta, things like lentil pasta or chickpea pasta. All right. Rice, like black rice. If you haven't had black rice, woo, go get yourself some black rice. It's good stuff. But here's the stuff. Here's the thing. Farro, it's good stuff. I think I like the black rice better than the farro. I don't know. I don't know. They're both delicious. So carbohydrates. Fruits, you want lower glycemic index fruits. Things like blueberries, blackberries, strawberries, raspberries. These are the kind of fruits. Kiwis, peaches. This is what you want. So the carbohydrates, that's it. The fruit, that's it. This, folks, is called the clean eating plate. Look, you can make your life so simple, folks. Check it out. You can make your life so simple that you can go get yourself one of these plates. Look at these plates. You can go get yourself one of these plates. Look at that. Doesn't that look familiar? Look at that. 50, 25, 25. Doesn't that look familiar, folks? The 50, 25, 25. This plate can make your life so easy. Look, you can go get yourself one of these plates. Now, I've seen a lot of plates out there, but this is probably the best one that I've seen. And you can get this plate from my showcase, my TikTok showcase. This thing is durable. It's deep. Look at that. So instead of counting calories, like, yo, you carry this thing around. Just like I grew up in the 1980s, and we had these boom boxes, right? These boom boxes were like right here. This is how you carry the plate. You carry that plate with you everywhere. What's up, Lindsay? You carry this plate with you everywhere. It's called the clean eating plate. Now, you want to talk about losing weight. You want to talk about keeping your blood sugar in the stable range, in the normal range. Get yourself one of these plates and play along with this little game that we're playing. It's a little game, but the only game is this game involves your health, because all we're doing is eating real food. Now, here's the thing. If you say, Kelley, listen, or I've been struggling for a long time, man. I need help with this, bro. I need help with the clean eating, man. Like, I go to the doctor and all I get is I come back and I just get more and more medications. Is there another way? Is there another way than just taking all of these Jardians and all of this stuff? Yes, there is another way. Why? How do I know that there's another way? It's because type 2 diabetes is a dietary and lifestyle driven condition, meaning it was the diet and lifestyle that caused the condition. If it was the diet and lifestyle that caused the condition, shouldn't it be the diet and lifestyle that gets you out? And the answer is a resounding yes. Yes, it will get you out the same exact way. So if you need help with clean eating, folks, if I were you, I would join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, where we're going to take your nutrition and we're going to streamline it. It's 14 days, 42 meals are all designed for you. They're all designed for you. All you got to do is go show up, get the groceries, go get your groceries, go cook your groceries, and then eat your groceries. Okay? And then finally, get your results. It's the same thing that you do every week. So if you need help with nutrition, if you need a nutrition blueprint to bring your number back, to get off of that blood sugar roller coaster, because you know deep down inside, only you know, I don't know this, but only you know deep down inside that it was all of that stuff that you've been eating over the years. Now, it's predominantly, there's a lot of stuff that could be harming your health. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that could cause you to have high blood sugar. But it's predominantly what you're eating, folks. It's predominantly what you're eating. If you're struggling with this condition and you don't want to struggle anymore, if you're struggling with high blood sugar, if you're struggling with an A1C that's stuck and it won't move no matter what you've tried, and it just won't budge, heck, it might even be going up. If you've tried everything, if you've been doing this 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, however long you've been doing this, and then nothing has changed. The only thing that has changed in 10 years is your prescription. If that is you, and you wanted to get off of that, then you should join this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge right here. Here's where the challenge is right here. So just like Disney World, folks, that's all my goodies are right here. A whole bunch of goodies there. But here's the challenge right here. 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. If you are struggling with this condition, folks, if you're struggling with insulin resistance, if your A1C won't fall no matter what you've done, no matter what you've tried. Have you ever tried changing what you're eating? You ever tried some lifestyle changes? You ever tried that before? If you've never tried that before, then you should join this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. It's the most powerful form of healing that there is, but it's the most neglected form of healing that there is. Everything's free on the page, folks. The quiz is free. The masterclass is free. It's all free information. The masterclass, I give you the lifestyle medicine formula. But for my people who have gotten to the point where they've raised their hand and they said, I've had that day. I've had that day. Here's how you join. I've had that day where my life, I'm ready for change. I'm ready to shake things up. It's $99. Here's how you join right here. It's $99. You join that 14-day challenge. But if you use the live discount code, ENERGY, that's the live discount code, you're joining the challenge for $79. 20% off. Join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. If you use the discount code, the live discount code, ENERGY. Jazzy, that is how you join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Use that live discount code though. ENERGY. Let's see if I missed any questions. Any questions on the clean eating plate so far? Any questions on this plate? Okay, no questions on the clean eating plate. If you're just joining us, folks, my name is Kelley, your Certified Holistic Nutritionist. We're talking about all things, where I talk about all things insulin resistance, all things type 2 diabetes, high blood sugar, all of that stuff. Okay, teach you how to defeat it naturally. That's what I do. Teach you how to defeat it naturally without relying heavily on medications. Because it wasn't the medication. Most likely it wasn't, unless, there are some medications that can cause you to be insulin resistant. But it's predominantly what you're eating. It's predominantly the lifestyle that you've been living. Stress management, activity, eating, sleeping. Those are the areas, folks. But in the 14-day challenge, all we're doing is eating. We're just doing the eating, folks. That's it. Like I said, there's been people who have joined this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, and they've got amazing results. Here's why. It's because they had a list of whys. They had a list of reasons. So if you've got reasons, if you've got enough reasons, which most people don't have enough reasons. Most people don't have enough reasons. Like I said, I'm just keep it super real. To get off of the medication, to get their life back, you got to, if you want extreme results like that, you're going to have to do something extreme. But in a good way. They don't make documentaries out of people who were just chilling that didn't really do anything. If you did something, okay, boom. If it's worth making a documentary out of, they're going to make a freaking documentary out of it. Okay? But to get whatever it is that you want, everything that you want and don't have, is literally on the other side of something hard. That's where it is. Everything that you want and don't have is on the other side of hard. Something hard. Everything that you want and don't have is outside of your comfort zone. You can join the challenge by the link in my bio. That link in my bio is where you join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. All right. Click right up here. Click on my picture again. That is where you join the 14-day blood sugar reset. You'll see that link. That's where you join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Use that discount code ENERGY, but you'll see it right there linked in my description or in my bio, user 132. Good morning, TikTok Pam. How are you? Super good, super good, but I'll get better. I'll get better. I'm outstanding, but I'm improving, folks. Here's what I'll say. When it comes to your overall health, when it comes to getting off of that blood sugar roller coaster, take time for your health now or make time for it later. Take time for your health now. Prioritize your health now. Prioritize your blood sugar now. Because it's called the law of diminishing intent. You're like, well, what's the law of diminishing intent, Kelley? Well, the law of diminishing intent is a lot of people get motivated. They say, yeah, Kelley, yeah, you motivate me, bro. Yeah, great. But you motivate me to do it. But that's when you got to do it. When the idea is hot and the motivation is strong, that's when you do it. Because if not, the law of diminishing intent will kick in on you. It's a principle, so it will kick in. That means that as time goes on, your intent, as more time that goes on, the thing that you intended to do, it diminishes. Because the idea is not hot anymore and the emotion is not strong anymore. So as a result, you go right back to your comfort zone. Go right back to what's comfortable, as we all do. But here's the thing about comfort zones. The only thing that grows in your comfort zone, it's a beautiful place, but the only thing that grows inside of your comfort zone is regret, folks. That is the only thing that grows inside of your comfort zone. You don't want to live your life with regret. You say, man, I could have did it. I should have did it, but I didn't. I know that I had the ability to do this, which Kelley proved earlier, that everybody has the ability to do this. Damn, I could have did it. I should have did it, but I didn't. Back to it. This plate. Go get yourself one of those plates. You get them out of my TikTok showcase. Best plates that you will ever buy. Last plates that you'll ever buy. I promise you that. Okay. Finally, what is the order in which we eat our food? 1, 2, 3. This is the order in which we eat our food, folks. You're like, well, what the hell is 1, 2, 3? Fiber first, proteins and fats, followed by carbohydrates. That is how you eat your food, folks. Look, fiber first, proteins and fats, carbohydrates right there. You can change the percentages. You can change the percentages on your protein. Be like, yo, listen, Kelley, I want more protein today. You can change up your protein. Give yourself 50% protein instead of 25%. You can give yourself more veggies, less veggies, so on and so forth. But that's it. The clean eating plate. Go get yourself one. I promise you, your life will never be the same. Any questions on any of this? What to eat, when to eat, breakfast, what's for breakfast, any of that? No question. Any questions that y'all got on clean eating, throw it in the chat right now. Either I did a great job on this clean eating or I did a terrible job on this clean eating, and y'all, you guys are so disinterested in freaking clean eating. Okay? Any questions on clean eating? Cool. All right, no questions on clean eating. We're going to go to the next topic then. Let's go to the next topic. Nothing about breakfast. This is like a first. A lot of people usually have a lot of questions about clean eating. So let's get into it then. Let's play some different games. Clean eating going once, clean eating going twice. No questions on clean eating. What to eat, not to eat. All right, it was clear then. Cool. Clean eating's done. No more eating questions, folks. All right. What did we say we're trying to do? We said that we are trying to get our A1C back to a 5.3. Here's some stuff that we got to do. We got to avoid. So we talked about clean eating. Now it's what do we got to avoid, folks? What do we got to avoid to get our A1C back to a normal range? And there's a little segment that I like to call here. We know what clean eating is. Now we got to know what we got to cut out. It's called a little segment I like to call cut the crap. Another thing that we can do to get our A1C back to a 5.3, because it ain't going to drop by itself. One of the most important things that we can do is cut the crap. Okay? Out of our diet. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff that could be hurting your blood sugar. Why your blood sugar is what it is, but it's predominantly what you're eating. Before we get into it, if you want to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, what we've been talking about, the nutrition blueprint that will change the way your blood sugar, change your life forever. If you want to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, use that discount code ENERGY. It is linked in my bio, that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. But now, we talked about what to eat. Let's talk about what to avoid, the crap. The first part of the thing that you got to cut out is the C. And the C, it stands for carbonated junk. Carbonated junk, folks, is what we got to cut out of our life. You're like, well, what's carbonated junk? Well, every time you go into the gas station and all the different colors of all the sodas and all of the stuff, the Powerades and all of that. That's, folks, that's all junk, okay? All the different colors and all that stuff, the Mountain Dews, that was my favorite, Mountain Dew. It's all carbonated junk. So stay away from that as much as you possibly can. Can you do carbonated water? Yeah, carbonated water is cool. But the other stuff, whoo, stay away from that. That carbonated junk. The R stands for, you want to get your number back to a 5.3, which everybody said, you're going to have to leave this stuff alone. The refined sugar. Refined sugar. Cut that out. Things like added sugar, all the sugar, table sugar, candy bars, all of that stuff. Anything that has all of the processed, the white sugar is what we call it. Cut out the refined sugar, folks. We actually do not need sugar. Human beings do not need sugar. Only time that we crave sugar is because if we're suffering from insulin resistance, folks, we're going to crave a lot of sugar. Why are we going to crave so much sugar? It's because your body is looking for quick energy. That's why. That's why you're craving so much sugar. So let's cut the refined sugar out, folks. There's actually even the juices, even juicing. People think like, well, what about, can I juice, Kelley? Well, yeah, you can juice, but prefer that you juice just the vegetables. You juice the vegetables, you juice the vegetables, not the fruit. You don't juice the fruit, folks, just the vegetables. You juice the vegetables, good to go. You juice the fruit, you're just you're stripping away all of the fiber, and all you're doing is just having the sugar. So when you strip away, when you have fruit, you're having it with the fiber. But if you put it in the juicer, all you're doing is pulling away all the fiber. That little stuff that comes out of the side, like when it comes out of the side, That is fiber. Fiber is what your body loves, fiber. It helps with blood sugar spikes. Fiber slows down the blood sugar spike. So refined sugar, let's cut that out. Okay, juices included. Juice the vegetables, not the fruit. Everything's got refined sugar in it. Damn near everything. The A in cutting the crap out of your diet, folks, is, this is my favorite one. I love doing this one. Artificial stuff. I put stuff, but I really want to put another word that starts with a sh. Okay? Really want to put another word, but it's a family environment, so I just put stuff up there. But artificial stuff, things like artificial sugars, artificial sugar, artificial colors, things like sucralose, things like aspartame, all of these things like sweet and low, all of that stuff. That is all processed artificial sweeteners. You don't want the artificial sweeteners, folks. Let me close my window because the sun's coming in. You don't want these artificial sweeteners. Because here's the thing. You ever eat an artificial sweetener and be like, yo, listen, I want more sugar. I still want more sugar. It's because your body is not stupid. Your body is not silly. Your body says, hey, listen, we like real sugar. We've got real body. We've got real, somebody pinched me. We want to make sure that this is real. So when somebody pinches you, they want to make sure that it's real. When you do artificial sugar, your body says, I know that that's not real. You think that your body is like, you think that I'm slow? I'm your body, for crying out loud. I know everything. I'm not slow. So it doesn't recognize it as real sugar. Even though it tastes sweet, your body doesn't recognize it as real sugar. And as a result, you crave more sugar because your body's like, now give me the real sugar. Okay, I got the artificial stuff, but give me the real sugar. You ever notice that? That's called being mindful. Let's talk about being mindful. That is how do you feel when you eat, if you're used to sugar and then you drink some artificial stuff? Are you satisfied? The answer is no, you're not. Artificial colors, all of the orange and the purples and all of that stuff. Skittles, like when you eat a Skittles, folks. Okay, let's go back. All right, artificial sweeteners. All right, yeah. Thank you for saying that. The only 3 approved sweeteners are stevia, monk fruit, allulose. Stevia, monk fruit, allulose. Those are the 3. If it's not stevia, monk fruit, allulose, man, put it back. Use those as a sweetener. But artificial stuff, colors like reds and the Skittles and all of that stuff, all the different colors, like that is artificial colors. When you see all that, when you eat some Skittles and their slogan is taste the rainbow. You ever watch Skittles, see Skittles and they say taste the rainbow? The question is, do you really think that you're tasting the rainbow? You're not tasting the rainbow, folks. What you're tasting is chemistry. That's what you're tasting. Now, it's not the rainbow, it's chemistry. Okay? When you eat all the different tricks and all the different flavors of Fruity Pebbles and all of that stuff, all of the artificial flavor, all the artificial colorings and all that stuff, that's all artificial stuff. It's all chemistry. Has nothing to do with human health. Eating Skittles has nothing to do with human health. Eating Skittles has nothing to do with a snack, or eating Captain Crunch and everything with artificial flavors, and it has nothing to do with human health. It has everything to do with, can I sell it to you? It has everything to do with, will you buy it? We can turn it into these are all the stuff that you see on the shelf. Basically, are basically lab experiments. They're just basically what they are. It's called Frankenfood. So basically, all the stuff that you see on the shelf is Frankenfood. It was all literally made in a laboratory by scientists. There's such thing as a food scientist and food engineers, folks. Look it up. The P stands for processed foods. Processed foods. So what are processed foods? All the stuff that I just talked about. All the stuff that you, all the Ho-Ho Twinkies and the Ding Dongs and the Little Debbie snack cakes and all of this stuff. That's all processed foods. Cheese goes in the crap category as well. Okay, alcohol goes in the crap category. Just name out some stuff. I'll tell you what category it goes. Tell you if it goes in this crap category or not. All right. Yahoo.com. What kind of help do you need? Because we got all kind of help. We got all kind of help over here. If you just need it, some people just need a little bit of help. Some people just say, "Hey, Kelley, I just need more information." But some people say that they need help where they just like they're ready for change, like they're ready to step outside of their comfort zone and get some real results. The question is, what kind of results? What kind of help do you need? Do you need guided help, or do you need? I just need the information. I can take that information and run with it, Kelley. Cool. Because there's a lot of people. There's a lot of information out here. It's the chat GPT AI world. All you got to do is, how do you get rid of diabetes? That's all you got to do is put it in the chat. It'll tell you how to do it. So how do I get rid of type 2 diabetes? It'll tell you how to do it. So we're not lacking on information in this world. Okay, there's a whole lot of information that you can get, and they'll tell you how to do it. The problem that we have, folks, is the implementation. That is the problem as human beings that we have, is the implementation. Because here's the thing. Knowledge without action is just entertainment. Knowledge without action is just entertainment. Now, I know this is entertaining stuff that I'm putting up here, cutting the crap and making a joke and all that stuff about it. But at the end of the day, it's not a joke. It's not entertainment. It's trying to get you to take some action. Because if you don't take this action, the chances of, like I said, if you hanging out with your kids, the chances of you, being here for your kids in the future, chances of you walking your kids down the aisle, or chances of you seeing your kid graduate and be like, yeah, that's my kid, or have been greatly diminished because you have a high A1C. If you have a high A1C, folks, I'm telling you, the time for change is not now, but right now. That is the time for change. It is not now. If you have a high A1C and you have plans for the future, the time to change is not now, but right now. Diabetes, folks, is like a silent assassin. We keep eating all the crap, okay? We keep eating all this stuff, and it's just going to keep on spiking our blood sugar, spiking our insulin. And the next thing you know, our blood sugars are out of control. All because we didn't cut the crap. If you're ready for serious change, folks, if you're ready to say, I am no longer a prisoner to my preferences, you're not trapped. Just like I wasn't. I wasn't trapped with diabetes. I wasn't trapped with type 2 diabetes. I was just a prisoner to my preferences. What were my preferences? Oh yeah, all of the crap. That was my preferences. I wanted to drink as many Mountain Dews as possible. I wanted to eat as many gummy worms as I possibly could, and more gummy worms right here. drink Mountain Dew, gummy worms. What else? McDonald's. I wanted to go eat as many double cheeseburgers with extra pickles and a small fry from McDonald's. I wanted to eat all of that. I was a prisoner to my preferences. So if you're ready to cut the crap, if you're ready to not be a prisoner to your preferences anymore, because you said that you wanted to get your A1C to a 5.3, but you're a prisoner to your preferences, I'm going to need you to cut the crap. Okay? If you're ready to cut the crap, I recommend that you join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. If that's you, you say you need help, you should join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Where is it? It's linked in my bio. Use that discount code ENERGY. You're joining that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge for $79 to join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. People are like, oh man, $79, that's a lot of money, Kelley. Like $79 is a lot of money. Okay, it's a lot of money. But here's the thing. When people pay, they pay attention. When people pay a lot, they pay a lot of attention. When people pay little, they pay little attention. That is why I have to charge you for the challenge. That is why it's $79. That is why it's so much to join the challenge. I know it's a lot of money. It's normally $99, but if you use that discount code ENERGY, it's only $79. You feel what I'm saying? For life-changing stuff. Yeah, is $79 really that expensive? If you've been on taking diabetes medications for 10, 15, 20 years, how much money have you spent on stuff for neuropathy and all of that stuff? How much money have you spent on that? Yeah, $79 can seem like a lot of money. You do the math though, okay? You do the math. You show up for 2 weeks. You show up every day like, hey, I'm here every day for 2 weeks. I'm investing in myself for 2 weeks. Hey, I'm here. You gave me the blueprint, Kelley. I'm here every single day. You gave me the blueprint. You showed me exactly what I got to do. You showed me what I got to eat, when I got to eat, what I got to eat. You showed me all that stuff. All I got to do is show up and do the work. That's you. If you're ready to just show up and do the work and do it again tomorrow for 2 weeks, you're going to be just like everybody else who joined the 14-day challenge and who actually put in the work. Now, everybody who joins the challenge doesn't put in the work. I'm going to got to be honest with you, because it is a challenge. It is designed to take people outside of their comfort zone. And a lot of people do not like that. So a lot of people was like, Kelley, thanks, but no thanks. I don't want to get outside of my comfort zone. But everything that you want and don't have is outside of your comfort zone. So step outside of it, and everything you want is right there. Literally, everything is right there. If you want to join that challenge, use that discount code ENERGY. Let's see. Love the shirt. Thank you very much. I admit that's my problem, sir. I start, then I start, then I stop. Then shaking my head. Yeah, shaking my head. That's what it is. Yeah, that's what most people do. That's what most people do. That's why the 14-day challenge is only 2 weeks. That's why it's 14 days. I didn't say a 14-week challenge. Usually if I say a 14-week challenge, they're like, what? Hell no, right? Ain't no 14-week challenge. I do a 2-week challenge because I can do anything for 2 weeks. You can do anything. If you wake up, show up, do the work, you can do anything for 2 weeks. It's just 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Come on. You can do anything for that. Especially when it comes to getting off, and especially the benefits that you're going to get when you get off of that blood sugar roller coaster. The hanging out with me for 2 weeks, the benefits that you will get will be worth it. And somebody just joined the challenge. Shout out to them. Shout out to you for joining our 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. I just sent you a text message. Check the text message. Shout out to you, though. Your life, I promise you, is never, if you show up, you do the work, whoever just got the challenge, you show up, you do the work, your life, I promise you, is never, ever going to be the same. I admit that's my problem. I sure okay. I need a little bit of guidance. My A1C is a 7. Margaret, if you need a little bit of guidance, and I recommend you join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, like someone just did. Use that discount code energy. I did love bread, but I don't eat it anymore. I don't take sugar. Okay, great. Nope, we spend way more money on junk. Yeah, we do spend way more money than $79 on some junk. We do. Like I said, a lot of people said that they want to get their A1C back to a 5.3. There's been people who have joined this challenge. They went super hard. I promise you. They have got their doctor took them off of their medication. The doctor took them off of their medication that they've been on for 10 years. They paid $79 to join this challenge. They followed the script. They did the blueprint. They followed it to the letter. And 2 weeks later, when she went back to her doctor, her A1C had dropped 2 points from an 8 to a 6. And then the doctor said, okay, I'm taking you off everything. Okay. The glipizide, the metformins, and the GLP-1 she was taken off of. Because she got her results right before the challenge. And then she got her results right after the challenge. And the doctor saw that, and the doctor was like, you're done. No more meds. All she paid was $79. She also had to pay with her time. Those 2 weeks of putting in the work, she paid the price. 2 weeks putting in hard work. But in 2 weeks, she got taken off of her medication that she'd been on for 10 years. So you tell me if $79 is expensive. I mean, it might be. You might say, you know what, man, that's still a lot of money, Kelley. Hey, all right, I get it. What's up, Bridget? Is intermittent fasting not good? Is intermittent fasting not good for lowering insulin levels? No, intermittent fasting is great. Intermittent fasting is great, but it's only great if you are metabolically flexible. If you trained yourself to fast, then fasting is amazing. But if you have not trained yourself to fast, fasting can be a freaking nightmare. Like this morning, I'm fasting this morning. I haven't eaten this morning. I still got a lot of energy. Like, look at this. Now I'm burning fat for energy. I feel like $1 million, and I'm fasting right now. I feel like I can go around 12 rounds with Rocky, and I ain't even eating anything. That's called being metabolically flexible. When you can switch from burning fat for or fuel for, or carbohydrates for energy, food, to burning fat for energy. When does the challenge start? The challenge starts whenever you go grocery shopping. Whenever you log into your portal and you get your grocery list and then you go shopping, that is when your challenge starts. That's when your challenge. That is when you say, I got all my supplies, got all my food, got all my stuff, I'm ready. Okay, let's get to cooking. That's where the challenge starts. That's what it's about, folks. It's about stepping outside of your comfort zone for 2 weeks. Just locking in, focusing for 2 weeks. You're like, well, what the hell does it mean to focus, Kelley? What do you mean focus for 2 weeks? Here's the formula for success. When you focus on your intentions and ignore your distractions. For 2 weeks, if you focus on your intentions and you focus on your intentions and you ignore your distractions, that's the formula for success. Where does she go? Where does she do it? Okay, it's a great price. Yeah, A1C went from a 5.7 to a 4.6. Whoa, 4.6. Weight from 180 to 200 since May. Shout out to you, Carla. Here's where you go. You click right up here, and then you click on my picture again. You gotta click on my picture again. Here's where you go. And then you're gonna come right here. Same thing over here on my other socials as well. You can join the challenge as well. Just because you're on another social media site doesn't mean that you cannot join the 14-day challenge. Here you go, look, right here. This is TikTok, but on TikTok it's right here. But if you're on my other socials, all you got to do is click that link in my description. And you come right here. This link, you see all this stuff right here? This is goodies. This link is like Disney for a diabetic. Disney World. But the 14-day challenge is here. Here is the challenge, folks. It's right here. It's 14 days. It is a blueprint. It says if you follow this blueprint for 14 days, it's a proven blueprint. 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. You follow it for 14 days, you're going to get results just like everybody else does. Ready to take control of your blood sugar? It's only for people who are ready to take control of their blood sugar. Only for people who have pre-diabetes. If you've got pre-diabetes, the challenge is for you. If you've got type 2 diabetes, if you've got high blood sugar, if you've got PCOS, if you've got gestational diabetes, if you've got erectile dysfunction, okay, then this challenge is for you. That's who it is. We're gonna clean all that stuff up. It's $99 to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. But if you use that discount code, the live discount code, which somebody just did, you use that live discount code. Shout out to you for joining that 14-day challenge. Use that live discount code ENERGY. You're joining the challenge for, just like they did, for $79. Shout out to you. So should we be speeding 3 miles and no snacks? Oh, okay. Sorry, I meant eating 3 meals and no snacks. Okay, sorry. Should we be eating 3 meals and no snacks every day, 3 times, 3 or 4 hours? Not good. You should eat when your body is requesting the food. So whether that's twice a day or whether that's 3 times a day. All the multiple eatings, like every 3 hours, like no. We're not eating every 3 hours. We can go 4, 4, 12. 4 hours after breakfast, you can eat. 4 hours after lunch, you can eat. And then 12 hours later, you can eat again. So 4, 4, 12. You can eat 2 meals a day. You can eat 3 meals a day. I don't recommend the OMAD, one meal a day, but you can eat 2 meals a day. You can do 3 meals a day. But ultimately, you do as your body is requesting the nutrients. When it comes to snacking, we're not eating no sugary snacks. If you want to do a snack, make it a savory snack, not a sugary snack. Why is my weight still going up and down even though my A1C is going down? I don't know. That's a good question. That's a good question. What are you eating? What are you doing? Okay. We got to dig a little bit deeper into your lifestyle. That's a loaded question, Carla. I got to ask you some questions. Okay. And we find out. I promise I'm ready. I just need to wait until payday. No worries. All good, Lindsay. No worries. No worries. I got you. The 14-day challenge, we'll have a new discount code by then. But today's discount code is ENERGY. You want to join that challenge? Use that discount code ENERGY. You're joining the challenge for $79. So, all right. We said cut the crap. We're cutting the crap. So we know what to eat. We know what to avoid. Oh, this last thing, on this last thing, you want to make sure, you guys, that you go get this app right here. You want to make sure you download that app. Sugar not going down, up 12. Sugar not going down, 12 and up. If your sugar's not going down, if it's 12 and up, and if you want to do something about it, then you should join that 14-day challenge. That's if you want to do something about it. Because there's 2 teams. Either we can talk about it or we can do something about it. We can talk about it or we can be on team to get better. All right. Sugar not going down, 12 and up. Question is, what do you want to do about it? Okay. That is the question. So, folks, this is the app right here, Yuka. You guys download this app. I'm going to go take another break. I'll be back. We've been going for another hour. I'm going to be right back. How? How do you join the challenge? Here's how. Yes, to fix it. You join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Here it is. Here it is right here. Click on my picture again, and do me a favor, folks, and bebop that screen and share this live out with anybody that you know that is struggling with this condition. We want to share this live out with anybody that you know struggling with insulin resistance, prediabetes, gestational diabetes, all of that stuff. But here it is right here, folks. Right here. Click right here. Boom. There it is right there. There is where the 14-day challenge is. It's linked in my bio. Click right here. There it is. 14-day blood sugar reset challenge right there. It says $99 to join that challenge. Everything that you get, there's all the goodies, all the disclaimers, all of that stuff. Everything is there that you need. All you got to do is use that discount code ENERGY. ENERGY is the discount code that you want to use. That's the 20% off discount code. Use that code while I'm live. That challenge will drop down to $79 to join the challenge. It's $99, but if you use that live discount code ENERGY, like we established, $79. Is it a lot of money? I don't know. Is it? Depending on how long have you been dealing with this thing and what do you plan on dealing with in the future? How much is this insulin going to cost? How much is it going to cost when they come amputate your toe? How much is it going to cost when you lose your vision? How much is that going to cost? I think it's going to cost a little bit more than $79, folks. I can promise you that. Okay? It is the ultimate price. Some people pay the ultimate price. Like my sister paid the ultimate price. We talk about price, $79. My sister paid the ultimate price. She's no longer here. She passed away at the age of 55 years old 2 years ago due to complications from having a high A1C for many years. So you tell me if $79 is expensive. If you're ready for change, if you're at that point where change isn't just desired, it's necessary, then you should join that 14-day challenge. Use that discount code ENERGY. But if not, there's no pressure to join the challenge. You can say, take your challenge and shove it, Kelley. I'm not challenging myself on anything. I'm good. I'm good with the tingle. I'm good with the neuropathy. You can take that challenge and put it where the sun don't shine, my good sir. That's fine. A lot of people will feel that way. But if you're ready for change, then the challenge is for you. But there's also a lot of freebies as well. So there's a quiz, there's a master class, a lot of freebies as well if you're not ready to invest in yourself just yet. But don't worry, you'll be ready one day. You'll be ready one day. But in the meantime, folks, I'll be back. Use that discount code ENERGY. I'll be back in a couple of minutes, in another minute or so. Don't go anywhere. Okay. All right, folks, we're back. We are back. We're going to talk about, did y'all download this app, the Yuka app? All right, folks, last hour of the day. We're going to go hard for the last hour. Last hour. We're going to up the stakes a little bit. We're going to go hard for this last hour. We're going to play a game of blood sugar Tetris. Yeah, let's play a game of blood. You know what? Let's play a game of, y'all want to play find out why you're always tired, or you want to find out what happens to your blood sugar whenever you eat certain foods, right? Let's find out. Let's find out. You want to find out why you're always tired, or you want to find out what's happening to your blood sugar whenever you're eating certain foods? Put it in the chat, folks. Which one do you want? We're gonna go to the next topic, the last hour of the day. But if you want to use that discount code, if you want to join that challenge, use that discount code energy for the next hour. That's how long it's going to be active for. Okay, nobody said anything, but all right. So let's play. We'll play a game of blood sugar Tetris. Let's play blood sugar Tetris. No, because we need a lot of participation. We need a lot of participation in that game of blood sugar Tetris. Ain't enough people on here to participate in that game, because a lot of folks won't participate. So let's do the blood sugar roller coaster then. A roller coaster. This is what we want to get off. We want to get you off of the roller coaster. $140, where we wanted to max out at. Who's heard of the blood sugar roller coaster, folks? When your blood sugar's high, your blood sugar's low. Who's heard of that? Who knows where their blood sugar is supposed to be ideally? Who knows what the ideal range is for your blood sugar? Can you tell me? What's the ideal range for your blood sugar, folks? Is it like above 100? Is it like 200? Is it like where should your blood sugar be? What do you think? Where should it be? 4 to 5.7. Okay, now I meant your blood sugar, not your A1C. Talking about your blood sugar. Where should your blood sugar be? I don't know. Yeah. Okay, let's find out where the blood sugar should be. The blood sugar should be between 70 and 100. When you wake up, there it is, right there. Somebody said it, 70 and 100. When you wake up in the morning, it should be somewhere between 70 and 100. That's where it should be. That's where ideally it wants to hang out, in that little area between 70 and 100. It's like this. This is what it looks like when your blood sugar is at 70 and 100. It's just streaming along like this, and you might eat some food, may go up, and then it may come back down a little bit. That's called your blood sugar being, that's normal stuff. It's called being metabolically flexible. It's normal stuff between 70 and 100. You eat some food, it may go up to like 120, whatever, 125, but then it'll come back down within the normal range within a fairly short period of time, within a couple of hours. That's called being metabolically flexible. That is what you want. But who wakes up in the morning? Put a me in the chat. If you wake up in the morning and your blood sugar is over 100 every day. If it's over 100 every day, when you wake up in the morning, put a me in the chat. And let's talk about why your blood sugar. Put a me in the chat. If you wake up every day and your blood sugar is over 100, let's find out what's happening there. Put a me in the chat. If you wake up every day and your blood sugar is over 100. Me. Couple of me's. Okay. That's called the dawn phenomenon. It's called being insulin resistant. People are like, well, why is my blood sugar high in the morning? Why is it high in the morning? It's because it's called the dawn phenomenon. And then the dawn phenomenon, everybody has higher blood sugar in the morning. That's why it's called the phenomenon. Dawn, aka the morning phenomenon. It's a morning phenomenon. Why does it happen in the morning? It's because every human being is in accordance with the sun. The sun is getting ready to come up. It's called the circadian rhythm. The sun's getting ready to come up. So therefore, it's telling your body to release adrenaline and release cortisol to wake this person up so that you can have energy, so that you can be vibrant, so that you can have great energy throughout the day. That's why your blood sugar is higher in the morning for everybody. But here's the thing. If you are suffering from insulin resistance, it is going to be way higher than that of anybody else, of other people. You may wake up and your blood sugar is already over 140. You're like, I didn't even eat. And my blood sugar is over 140. Why? I didn't even eat. My blood sugar is at like 250. Like, what's going down? I haven't eaten in a while. It's called the dawn phenomenon. Happens to everybody, but if you're insulin resistant, it's going to happen to you even more. So who can tell me, folks, what happens when you eat fats? Who knows what happens to your blood sugar when you eat fat? Nothing. Well, you know what? Let's skip over that one. We'll skip over that one. We'll come back to that one. That's the next game we'll play. We're in a roller coaster right now. Let's find out what happens on a typical day. Why you're on this blood sugar roller coaster, why you're always tired, why you always feel like crap, and how you can fix it. Let's just say it's 8 a.m. You wake up in the morning. What do you grab for breakfast? Oh yeah, you grab a whole. This is a typical day. Oh yeah, you grab some pancakes for breakfast. You grab some cereal. You grab a hot dog. You grab some kind of whole Twinkies, ding dongs. You stop by Dunkin' Donuts. You have a Pop-Tart for breakfast. Who still has Pop-Tarts for breakfast? Put a me in the chat. If you still have a Pop-Tart for breakfast, put a me in the chat, folks. If you still have Lego My Eggos for breakfast, put a me in the chat. It's going to cause, if you eat that in the morning, it's going to cause your blood sugar to spike up real high. And as quickly as it goes up, as quickly as it's going to come down. As quickly as it goes up, as quickly as it's going to come down. That's called a spike, and that's called a crash. So when it's coming down like that, that's called a crash. Why? Why is it crashing? Why? Because you ate something sugary. You ate something sugary. So in the morning time, they call you had the Lego My Eggo, you had the Pop-Tart. Like, nobody said that they have Pop-Tarts, but I know people are having Pop-Tarts. Come on, folks, be real. We're having a real talk here. People are still having Pop-Tarts for breakfast. Come on now. So it crashes. And then if you're at the office and it crashes at 10 a.m., what do? You ate your sugary breakfast, and then at 10 a.m. you crashed. So you decided to go to the vending machine and get yourself a Snicker bar. You decided to go to the vending machine and get yourself a Snicker bar at 10 a.m. because your energy's tanking at the office. And then now your blood sugar is going back up, 10 a.m. It's going back up because you ate that delicious Snicker bar or Mars or whatever, Skittles, whatever. So then you're feeling good again. Then all of a sudden, you start to crash again. You're like, oh, you start to feel a little tired again. Oh, next thing you know, it's lunchtime. And at lunchtime, you go out to work. You go out to lunch with your coworkers. And where do y'all go for lunch? Oh, yeah. Y'all go to somewhere really, really junky. Y'all go to somewhere like, I don't know, like Popeyes or maybe a buffet, maybe something like that. Somewhere where you go and you get that. Okay? You eat that. And as a result, that big junky lunch that you had, because you're hanging out with your coworkers, your blood sugar goes back up again. And then now the day's still going on. Now you went up and then it came down again. Now it's 3 p.m. You're at the office. You're at 3 p.m. on a Wednesday. It's 3 p.m. on a Wednesday, middle of the week. On a random Wednesday, 3 p.m. What are you doing at the cubicle? What's happening at the cubicle? What's going down? Can you tell me what's going down at the cubicle, folks? How you feeling? Are you feeling energetic? Are you feeling great? Are you just excited about the 3 o'clock meeting? Like, what's going on at the office? I eat eggs and bacon for breakfast. Okay. I wouldn't recommend the bacon, but all right, cool. Hungry, sugar, sluggish feeling, tired. Yeah, sleep. Yeah. Sluggish, tired. Yeah. The opposite of what you want to feel. Why? It's because you're on a blood sugar roller coaster and you had a crash at 3 p.m. And then you go to the vending machine and you go back to the break room, and your coworker who loves to bring the Dunkin' Donuts, you know the one, everybody got the coworker that loves to bring the Dunkin' Donuts, okay? Then You eat the Dunkin' Donuts. You go in there, you get a donut out of that box, and you put it in the microwave for 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, bing. You take it out, and it's all nice and soft, that donut. And you eat that donut at 3 p.m. because you were a little tired. And then your blood sugar goes right back up again. And then as quickly as it goes up, now you're coming home from work. Now you're driving home. Now you're stuck in traffic. Now you're mad at the traffic because your energy's, your blood sugar's tanking. So you're in the traffic like, get out of the way, jerk. Finally make it home. And then guess what's for dinner? Who can tell me what's for dinner? Oh, yeah. Spaghetti, pizza, pasta, some kind of lasagna. Tacos. Maybe it's Taco Tuesday. We get a lot of flour tortillas. You know what I mean? A lot of corn tortillas. We tearing it up. That's what's for dinner. And as a result, the blood sugar goes right back up again. And then it starts it's in the evening time now. Now it's coming back down again. Now, after you ate dinner, your blood sugar went back up. You ate a big dinner and your blood sugar went up. Now it's 9:15. Who can tell me what happens at 9:15? You're watching your Netflix show. You're watching, you know what I mean? Love is Blind. You're watching something on Netflix, something on Prime. It's 9:15. What are we doing in that mean? What are we doing then? What are we doing at 9:15? We're watching our show. And that the show is just getting started. And you're like, how are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing then? Can you tell me? Somebody said sleepy. You getting sleepy at 9:15? Okay. You should be getting sleepy at 9:15. But what are we doing most of the time when we're watching our Netflix? What do we want to go with our Netflix, folks? Snacking. There you go. Eating. That's it. Eating. They go hand in hand. Netflix and eating go hand in hand. Snacking. So you go to the freezer and you get a big bucket of ice cream. You get a big bucket of ice cream. You eat that ice cream, popcorn too. You eat all that popcorn and all that ice cream, and you just get your fingers just get all buttery and sticky and nasty. And then now your blood sugar's high. It's bedtime because you ate that big bucket of ice cream. Now it's 10 p.m. Now it's 10 p.m. and our blood sugar's high. What do we do now? It's bedtime, but since we ate the big bucket of ice cream and all that stuff, now our blood sugar's high. Now what do we do? What do we do now? Our blood sugar's high, and we got to go to bed, but our blood sugar's at like 300 or something. Like, what are we doing then, folks? So the day's still not over with. This is a long day, isn't it? This is a 24-hour day. We're covering 24 hours. What happens to the normal person, especially if you're suffering from insulin resistance? Can't sleep? Okay. What else? Anything else? All right, here it is. Since your blood sugar's high, most likely you're going to grab yourself some insulin. And then you take the insulin, maybe some fast-acting insulin, because your blood sugar's real high. And then as a result, taking that fast-acting insulin, what's going to happen at about 3 a.m., folks? This is the day still going on. This is a long day, I'm telling you. This is a normal day. What's happening at 3 a.m. at this? What do you think is going to happen at 3 a.m.? What normally happens at 3 a.m.? Last part of the day, folks. 3 a.m. Who can tell me? Wake up in the middle of the night. That's it. Wake up in the middle of the night. Wake up. That's it. You wake up like, ah! You wake up like, frantic. You wake up like, oh my gosh, bro. Like, what the? You wake up looking up at the ceiling, looking all bug-eyed. Like, whoa, what's happening here? The reason you do that is because your blood sugar has tanked. Your blood sugar tanked. And as a result, now you wake up looking like crazy, like your spouse is looking at you like, whoa, dude, what are you doing? Why are you looking crazy like that? You be like, I don't know. I don't know why I'm looking crazy like that. Well, you're looking crazy like that because of your blood sugar's tanking. And when your blood sugar's tanking, your body is like, hey, dude, hey, dudette, wake up. You're crashing out. Like, you're crashing on some real stuff. Like, you're crashing out, dude. Wake up. So that's why you wake up like looking crazy like that. Because your blood sugar tanked. But here's the thing, folks. Human beings are the only, that was a 24-hour day. This is like a typical day. It's called the blood sugar roller coaster. Human beings love the roller coaster. We won't say that we love the roller coaster, but we do. We're glutton for punishment. Human beings are the only ones that we're glutton for punishment. Pain is good. Like, pain is good though. Pain makes you stronger. But there's a certain amount of pain that just like, nah, some pain is totally avoidable. And the pain of being on the blood sugar roller coaster is totally avoidable. Because here's the thing. This is our day, but we're so glutton for punishment, we'll wake up the very next day and we'll do the same thing over again. We'll start the cycle over again. This is the roller coaster, folks. This is how it starts here. 8 a.m., 10 a.m., lunch, spikes. 3 p.m., spikes. 7 p.m., dinner, spikes. Another dessert, more spikes. Okay, when we're spiking like this, guess where the insulin stays? The insulin stays off to the top. Like, the insulin's not going anywhere. You're becoming more, and the more spikes you have, the more and more insulin resistant you have. You're becoming. Why? It's because you're on that blood sugar roller coaster. And where blood sugar goes, insulin follows. So if blood sugar stays high, insulin also has to stay high, because insulin is like the gatekeeper. Insulin is like the chaperone. People are like, well, what's the job of insulin? The job of insulin is to chaperone blood sugar. It's to be a chaperone. Next time you think of insulin and you think, what is the job of insulin? It is to chaperone the blood sugar. You're like, chaperone? Remember when you were a kid and you went on the field trip and they had chaperones on the field trip? The job of the chaperone was to make sure all the little Johnnies and all the little Katies and all the little Tashas get back onto the bus, to make sure the kids are protected, to make sure everybody's back safe and sound. That's the job of the chaperone. Well, that is the job of insulin as well. When it comes to blood sugar, it is the chaperone. So wherever blood sugar goes, insulin follows. So if your blood sugar is high all the time, spiking, your insulin is always going to be like way up there, just like hanging out. Can't do anything until all the blood sugar is back in the bloodstream. So if you're walking around and your blood sugar is at a 200, 300, all 300, like way up there, your insulin is going to be high as well. This is how you become more, and the more and more you stay on this roller coaster, the more and more insulin resistant you are becoming. And you'll never get off of that roller coaster. It'll just be like that for the rest of your life. An endless cycle. Just day after day, you do that one day, you do that on Monday, then you wake up on Tuesday and you do it again. You wake up on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, endless roller coaster. 1 week, the next month, the next year. We just stay on the roller coaster. Like I said, human beings are the only species that are glutton for punishment. There is no other species that is glutton for punishment like human beings are. You want to get yourself off of this blood sugar roller coaster. Very first step that you can do is have a savory breakfast. That is the first step to getting off of the blood sugar roller coaster. Have a savory breakfast. Not a sweet breakfast, like we talked about over here, eating the donuts and the whole Twinkies. Not a sweet breakfast, folks. A savory breakfast. What's a savory breakfast? A protein, a fat, and a non-starchy veggie. Protein, fat, non-starchy veggie. That is a savory breakfast. It could be chicken and broccoli and avocado. That's an example of a savory breakfast. Fish and asparagus, salmon and asparagus with some nuts. That's a savory breakfast. Basically, what you would eat for dinner, you'd eat it for lunch. You eat it for breakfast. That's called a savory breakfast, folks. So if you're ready to get off of this blood sugar roller coaster, say me, put me in the chat. If you are ready to get off of this blood sugar roller coaster once and for all, if you say, listen, I'm stuck on this blood sugar roller coaster and I can't find the brakes. If that's you, put it me in the chat. If you're stuck on that blood sugar roller coaster and you cannot find the brakes, put it me in the chat. Okay? Dad, thanks. Need help. If you are stuck on the blood sugar roller coaster and you want to get off, you say that this is my stop. A lot of people want it to be their stop. If that's you want to get off of this roller coaster, then you should join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge and get off the ride for good. You join that challenge. You join the challenge. You are getting off the ride for good. That's if you join the challenge. Now, a lot of people will like this. A lot of people like to elect to stay on this. A lot of people say, "No, I don't want. I want to get off of it, Kelley, but I don't want to do the work that's involved." Kelley, nah, bro. Like I know that there's work involved, and that stuff that you talking about, bro. I'm not willing to do that. Well, I'm going to tell you, if you want to get off of that roller coaster, you're going to have to do some work. You're going to have to show up, you have to do the work, and you have to do it again the next day. That's the only shortcut. I ain't going to sugarcoat it. I wish I could sugarcoat it. I wish I could say that there was an easier way. I wish I could say, yeah, Kelley, yeah, everybody, there is an easier way. You do not have to do any work at all. All you got to do is just show up and get the results. That's it. I wish that I can say that there's a magic pill, like there's a magic Manjaro and all that. I wish I could say there's some magic out there. I wish that I could say that for your sake and for my sake, because I know how human beings are designed. We're designed to choose the path of least resistance. That is how we are hardwired, into our DNA. But I'm sorry to tell you that it's time to take control of your health now, or you'll make time for it later. To join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, if you use the discount code ENERGY, it is $79 to join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. How do you do it? Here's how you do it. Here's where you go. Here's where you go join this challenge like so many people have done. Here it is. You click right up here, and then you click on my picture again. Oops. Click here, and then you click on my picture again. You're going to come to my link right here on TikTok. If you're on TikTok, here it is. If you're on my other socials, you know where the link is. You click that link in my description, and it will take you right here. Here it is. Here's the 14-day challenge. There's a lot of goodies on there, but the 14-day challenge is what you're looking for. That's the one. That's a game changer. 14 days. It is a blueprint. It says if you follow this blueprint for 14 days, it is a nutrition blueprint. I'm giving you all the keys. It's like, you ever say like the keys to the castle? I'm giving you the keys to the castle. Here it is. But even though I'm giving you the keys, you still have got to do the work. Like I told you before, there is no magic pill. The magic pill is doing the work. The shortcut, the ultimate shortcut, only shortcut that I can think of is to show up, do the work, and do it again tomorrow. Like, I don't know any other shortcuts. I wish I knew some other ones. Like for real, I'm sorry. I don't know any other ones. But this is the work. A lot of people say, well, isn't the medication a shortcut? Isn't the medication a shortcut, Kelley? Well, the question is, how long have you been taking your medication? 10 years? Is that a shortcut? No, I don't think so. Has anything changed? The only thing that's changed in 10 years is probably your prescription. And what do you mean the only thing that's changed in my prescription, Kelley? Well, the only thing that's changed is the dosage. The dosage has gone up, or they give you a new prescription. That's the only thing that's changed in 10 years. Let's be real. Let's keep it honest. Let's be real, folks. Is it or is it not? Put it in the chat, yes or no. Is the only thing that's changed in the last, however long it's been, 5 or 10 years, is the only thing that's changed is your prescription. You ever notice that when you take medication and you stop taking the medication, if you stop taking it, all your numbers go back up? They do. They go back up. Why did they go back up? It's because you didn't get down to the root cause of it. You didn't get down to the root cause of the insulin resistance. This 14-day challenge is going to get down to the root cause of the insulin resistance. 14 days, all the meals are designed for you. All you got to do is show up and do the work. Use that discount code ENERGY. You're joining the 14-day blood sugar reset. That's the live discount code. Use that for the next 30 minutes, 37 minutes. Use that live discount code ENERGY. You're joining the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge for $79. A lot of people will say, like I said, that's expensive. That is too expensive, Kelley. $79, then no hell, no way. I would rather go and take all the Manjaros and all of that stuff, and how much does that cost you over the years? How much is it going to continue to cost you in the future? And the ultimate cost is when people get it amputated and lose their vision and lose their kidneys, and ultimately people lose their lives 20 years too soon. That is the ultimate price. When you look at it that way, like, is $79 too much? You got to weigh your options, folks. But these are the choices that I got you. But I got some free stuff as well. If you say, Kelley, like, listen, that's all well, that sounds good and all, but I don't think I'm ready to take. I think I'm gonna keep on taking these meds for a little while longer. See if it's been 10 years. I'm gonna take them for like maybe another year, and I'm gonna see if it changes. I'm gonna see if my blood sugar changes in the next year if I just continue to take all this medication. I'm gonna see, Kelley. But here's what I'll say to that. Here's my rebuttal to that. Okay, you can do that. But here's what I do know. I do know that if nothing changes, then nothing is going to change. These are physics. These are principles. If nothing changes, nothing is going to change. You continue to take those same medications for the next year or so, if you've been taking for the last 10 years, what do you think the probability is next year you'll be off of them? What's the probability? Well, the probability is you're probably still going to be on them, just on a stronger prescription. All right, that's how the cycle goes. That's how it's going to go for me. That's how it was going to go for me, folks. Here it is. That's how it was going to go for me. It was just going to be endless prescriptions all day, every day. This guy right here, endless prescription. I got diagnosed with diabetes, heart disease. Oh, look at that. Diabetes, heart disease, obesity. I got diagnosed with all of that. Yeah. That was my diagnosis. So I know what it feels like to have diabetes. I know what it feels like to have a high A1C. I know what it feels like to not be able to tie your freaking shoe because your belly is gotten in the way. I know what it feels like to have Dunlap disease. Want to know? I know what it feels like to have Dunlap disease? Look at my stomach, folks. You think I don't know what it feels like to have Dunlap disease? Okay? Yeah, look at my belt. Look at my belt. You want to hear another cool story? Look. When I took this picture, I flew up to Canada to give a class. I was giving a class in Canada. Look at the pants that I'm wearing. Look at those pants that I'm wearing. You don't know that those pants that I'm wearing, those pants are my basketball pants. I referee basketball. I'm a high school basketball referee. I referee basketball. Season's getting ready to start here in the next couple weeks or so. Actually, next week, I don't think I'll be on live next week Saturday because I'm doing a game next week Saturday. But anyhow, these are my basketball pants. Why did I bring my basketball pants to teach a class for I was in corporate America? Why did I wear those? It's because I couldn't fit my other pants. My basketball pants were stretchy. So therefore, I was able to fit those because they were stretchy. That's the only way. That's why I have my hand there. You see why my hand's there? Look at my hand. You see where my hands are strategically placed? They're strategically placed there for a reason. It's why? Because I was insecure I was insecure with my stomach. I had done that disease, for crying out loud. Shout out to you for joining the challenge. Shout out to you for joining the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Check your email. Check your text messages. I sent you a text messages. Congratulations. Your blood sugar, you're going to get yourself off of this blood sugar roller coaster. You show up, you do the work. You're getting off the roller coaster. Congratulations to you for joining that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. I hope you use that discount code ENERGY. But like I was saying, folks, when it comes to getting off of this roller coaster, when it comes to reversing type 2 diabetes, when it comes to doing all that, man, you can do it. It's possible, folks. Y'all have seen the stories. Unless you live under a freaking rock. It's 2025. Unless you live under a rock, you know that there have been stories. You know, you have seen stories, you've heard stories, you've read about stories, you've seen all the stories. How people that just went on a mission one day and they just got focused. They just got super focused. They focused on their intentions and they ignored their distractions. And then reversed type 2 diabetes. Myself included. If you've never seen the story, if you've never heard of the story, I'm one of those stories. Many other people are one of those stories without using medication. Many other people, you've seen the stories, folks. You've seen the stories, put me in the chat. You've seen the stories of people reversing type 2 diabetes naturally by putting in the work. You've seen the story. Put me in the chat if you've ever seen, heard, or anything like remotely related to someone possibly, maybe, I don't know, reversing type 2 diabetes. Has anybody ever seen that, or is it just me? Put a me in the chat if you've ever heard of that. Okay, nobody's ever heard of it. Okay, that's a first. It's a first. Nobody's ever heard of that. All right, cool. Well, if you guys have never heard of that, obviously nobody's ever heard of that. If you've never heard of that, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend you when I said that you were living under a rock. I'm sorry. I didn't know. But I am here to tell you, folks, that there are people who have done it. If you want to take the challenge, Tony, if you want to join the challenge, use that discount code ENERGY. The link is in my bio to join that challenge. It's $99, but if you use the discount code, it's $79 to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Use that discount code ENERGY. Okay? Yeah. But all right, folks, yeah, so that's new. So this is new. This is like first time you guys have heard of this. It's new. I mean, it's not new. People have been doing this for a very, very, very long time. People have been reversing type 2 diabetes for a very, very long time. Contrary to popular belief, ENERGY. ENERGY is the discount code. Contrary to what popular belief, contrary to that you just got to take medication for the rest of your life and you just got to be stuck with it. Contrary to all of that, that's pretty bogus. It's in your life for the first time. Can you explain? I'm explaining right now. Contrary to popular belief, type 2 diabetes is reversible. It is a dietary and lifestyle-driven condition, meaning it is your diet, meaning it is your lifestyle, meaning that was the cause of the condition. So I was an engineer in the oil and gas industry, and we did these little things called reverse engineer stuff. Like if something is broken, we just reverse engineer it. We find out what makes it tick. We find out what makes it work. We find out what makes it do whatever it does. It's called reverse engineering. And when it comes to diabetes, type 2 diabetes, is if you reverse engineer it, what you will find is that it is a lifestyle and dietary condition, meaning stress management, activity levels, especially eating and sleeping, and alcohol, substance abuse. There's a lot of things that could be hurting your blood sugar. There's a lot of things that could be causing you to have high blood sugar, folks. but it's predominantly what you're eating. There's a lot of things that could be hurting your blood sugar. There's a lot of things that could cause you to have a high A1C, but it's predominantly what you're eating. You hang out with me in the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, we're going to put that to the test. We're going to put it to the test because here's the thing. It should always, I think medication is very, very important, folks. I know a lot of people get prescribed medication and it's just like all these different medications. The classic ones, the metformins and all that stuff. But the real medication is wrapped up in your everyday, your daily actions. That's what the real medication is, folks. That's what the real medication is, in the daily actions. See, the truth is, most people just don't want it. Most people are scared to go all in, and most people don't want to sacrifice themselves. Most people who say that they want it, they're scared to go all in because they're afraid to really just sacrifice themselves and just like go crazy hard. Most people have the ability to do this. Most people just don't want to do it. Most people just don't have enough reasons to actually get their number to a 5.3. Most people don't have enough reasons. If you get enough reasons, I promise you can do the most incredible things. Do you recommend intermittent fasting? Yeah, we talked about fasting earlier, but fasting, make sure you train yourself to fast. Train yourself to fast. Don't just go fasting right away because it seems like a cool thing to do. Just don't go 16-8 because it seems like a cool thing to do. No, train yourself for 12 hours first, then 13, then 14, then 15, then build your way up to 16. All right, some people are like, well, 19, what about 19.5? What about it? Okay. Build yourself up to it. Okay, yeah, you can do 19.5 if you build yourself up to it. But just don't try to go 19.5 straight out of the gate. I'm insulin resistance and I'm going to go 19 hours of fasting, only a 5-hour eating window. All right. So this is it, folks. This is the roller coaster. If you want to get off of that roller coaster, like I said, you use that discount code ENERGY. We're going to go to the next topic. The next topic, folks, is the last topic of the day before we get out of here. We got 25 more minutes. But the last topic of the day is called blood sugar Tetris. We're going to play a game of blood sugar Tetris, folks. But here it is. Here's how you get to the quiz. Do me a favor, folks. Let's get this thing to 15,000. Let's get this thing up to the hearts. Let's get them up to 15,000, man. Forward this live out to anybody that you know that is struggling with this condition. And like I said, get this live out. Let's get it up to 15,000. Double tap that screen. Double tap that screen for your boy. Here we go. Here it is right here. Click right up here. Click on my picture again. Here's where everything is. And then we're going to go to the last topic of the day before we get out of here. Here's where all the stuff. If you have not taken the quiz, folks, go take the quiz. It is a 2-minute quiz that you can take to understand and learn your diabetes management style. Then the challenge. I'm sorry, not the challenge. The masterclass. It was right here. Free masterclass. Go join. Go accept. Go sit in on the masterclass. It's 45 minutes where I break down the lifestyle medicine formula. Peaceful mind, active body, clean eating, effective sleep. It's all free stuff, folks. All you got to do is pay attention. And that masterclass and that challenge, that masterclass and that quiz, just pay attention. That's all you got to pay. You got a PDF down here, free PDF right there, PDF. But then for my folks who are ready for change, if you say I'm ready for change, you should join this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. This is for my people who have said change isn't just desired, like it's downright necessary. I need the change and I need it right now. I need to get off of this blood sugar roller coaster and I need to get off of it like yesterday. If your blood sugar, if you're stuck on that blood sugar roller coaster and you can't find the brakes, like I said earlier, then you should join this 14-day blood sugar reset challenge right here. You're ready to take control of it, though. But only if you're ready to take control of it. A lot of people ain't ready yet, though. A lot of people ain't ready yet. It's $99 to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. This is a nutrition blueprint. It's $99. But if you use the live discount code for the next 20 minutes, use that live discount because we get out here at noon. Use that discount code, ENERGY. You're joining the challenge for 20% off. $79 to join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge, where I promise you, your life will never, ever, your blood sugar will never look the same. You are going to get yourself off of the blood sugar roller coaster. We're going to say, you know what? Congratulations, you did the work. Now you're going to get off of this blood sugar roller coaster. Congratulations. How you doing, Drea? Good morning. You are going to get yourself off of the blood sugar roller coaster. That's for my people who show up and do the work, do it again the next day. But all right, so let's go to the next topic. Join that blood sugar reset challenge. Use that discount code ENERGY. Use that discount code ENERGY at checkout. You join the challenge for $79. Use that discount code at the checkout, folks. All right, let's do the last subject of the day. So we talked about that blood sugar roller coaster and how to get off of it, have a savory breakfast. We talked about joining the challenge for my folks who have said that their change isn't just desired, it's downright necessary. We got those folks. Now, folks, we're going to increase the stakes one more time. We're going to play a game of, we talked about the roller coaster. Now we're going to play a game of Tetris. This will be the last lesson of the day, folks, and we'll wrap it up after this. Blood sugar Tetris. Who's ever played the game of Tetris before? Put a me in the chat if you've ever played the game of Tetris. Like, yeah, I played that game before. I played the game of Tetris. Put a me in the chat if you've ever played that game. If you've never heard Tetris, let me show you. Let me pull it up for you. What's Tetris? Let me see here. Tetris. Let me pull it up. All right, here we go. Tetris. Here it is. You never played this game before. Right? You never played this game before. It's called Tetris. And in Tetris, let me see some more. The idea is to get those blocks filled in, right? You fill in those blocks. Try not to lose the game. Let's play some Tetris. It's called a game of blood sugar Tetris, though. It's a real game. It's got some pieces to it. We got your small pieces. We'll say that those are the fats. This is fat. We got some medium-sized pieces of the game. This is your protein. And then the other part of the game is the carbohydrates. These are the big blocks, like the carbs. These are the big flicted looking boxes, like, yo, blocks. Okay. Who can tell me, folks, what happens to your blood sugar whenever you eat fat? Who can tell me? Does anybody know what happens to your blood sugar whenever you eat fat? Can you tell me? Does it go up? Does it stay the same? What happens to your blood sugar whenever you eat fat, folks? Anybody tell me? Well, let me tell you. Whenever you eat fat, nothing, for the sake of time, nothing happens to your blood sugar. Only thing that happens to your blood sugar is it just stays the same. Like, it doesn't move. It stays the same. It's idle. So what does that mean? That means things like avocados, nuts and seeds, pure healthy fats. Like, nothing happens to your olive oil. Like, nothing happens to your blood sugar. It just stays the same. It's nice, clean energy. That is how your body uses that. So you're playing a game of Tetris. Check it out. That means the blocks are coming down really slowly. That means the blocks are coming down super slowly, folks. And you can move the blocks wherever playing Tetris. They're coming down so slowly. Okay. Who can tell me, folks? Play along with me if you can. So the fats, they don't do much damage. No damage at all. Who knows what happens to your blood sugar, folks? We're talking about blood sugar here. Who knows what happens to your blood sugar whenever you eat protein? Can you tell me what happens to your blood sugar whenever you eat protein? Who can tell me? Does it go high? Does it stay the same? Does it drop? What happens to your blood sugar whenever you eat protein? All right. Quiet crowd today. No worries. All good. I'll tell you. When you eat protein, yeah, it goes, okay, we got some participants. All right. Stays the same. It goes up. Yeah, when you eat protein, it does go up. But it goes up slightly. It doesn't go, it's not anything that's crazy. It's kind of like if you live in California and if they have an earthquake on the Richter scale, sometimes you can't feel it. If you can't feel it, it's because it was so low, so minimal on the Richter scale that you couldn't even feel it. So it does go up a little bit, but it doesn't go up by a lot. Okay, it's nothing that you can't handle. So when you're playing a game of Tetris, yeah, the protein blocks are coming down faster. They're a little bit bigger, but it's not anything that you can't handle. You see what I'm saying when it comes to the protein? It's nothing that you can't handle. So proteins are cool. Proteins are going to go right here. Boom. Protein. Okay. Now let's up the stakes a little bit. Who knows what happens to your blood sugar whenever you eat carbohydrates? Things like breads, pastas, rice, lasagna, tortillas. You know what I'm saying? What happens to your blood sugar then? Can you tell me? Goes up higher, goes up very high. Yeah. Depending on what kind you eat, it can go up very high. Yeah, if you eat some whole Twinkies and some ding dongs and some sodas, drink some sodas and all of that stuff, yeah, it can go very, very high. Spikes fast and high. Yeah. Like that blood sugar roller coaster we talked about earlier. Yeah. So when the carbohydrates come in, they're coming in fast. But here's the thing, folks. When you're insulin resistant, these things come in even faster. If you're suffering from insulin resistance, these big blocks, these carbohydrate blocks, these blocks are coming in. Not only are they big blocks, but they're coming in fast. They're like, it's a lot of them coming in. Like, look at all these, man. Look at all these carbohydrates coming in. You want to see an illustration of this? Here's an illustration of it. I'm going to show you. Here's an illustration of what I mean. These carbohydrates are coming in fast. So when you're coming in fast and these chips start piling up to the top, these blocks start piling up to the top, what happens in the game of Tetris at that point, folks? When the blocks are coming in and they're coming in real fast, these big blocks, you increase the level, like you're on level 8 now, and the blocks are coming in fast. Like, what happens when all the blocks stack up, folks? Yeah. When all the blocks stack up in the game, yeah, I'm gonna pull it up right here. When all the chips stack up, you'll see this right here. Like, look, you'll see that. Game over. Yep, that's it. You called it. Game over. Game over. In the game of Tetris, when those chips pile up, it is game over. Let me see if I can see another one. Right, look at right here. Game over. That's what happens in the game of Tetris. It is game over. But here's the thing. Here's the cool part about Tetris. You can press the reset button on that. Look at all this sugar. You see this right here? This is 1 teaspoon of sugar. This is what your body wants to see at any given time. Only 1 teaspoon of sugar. That's your whole body. Like, look at my body. You see my body? I got a big body, right? Through my whole body, from my brain to my toes, all it wants to see is no more than this. But when you do things like, if you're already suffering from insulin resistance, and you do things like drink a Mountain Dew or eat a big whole Twinkie or Ding Dong and eat a big bowl of pasta and lasagna and all that other stuff, pizza. You ever see what happens to your blood sugar when you eat a single slice of pizza? But when you eat 2 slices of pizza, watch what happens to your blood sugar. It's going to go crazy. So instead of 1 teaspoon of sugar, now you've got, let me see, I want to put 10. Let's just say, for instance, if we drink a Mountain Dew, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's just say, for instance, we drink a Coca-Cola, Mountain Dew, something like that. You're supposed to have 1 teaspoon. But at Coca-Cola, did you know that the Coca-Cola, things like Mountain Dews, they have 10 teaspoons of sugar in them. 10 teaspoons. One Mountain Dew, 1 Coca-Cola. So you take a Coca-Cola to the head, your body's only supposed to have 1, but now you gave it 10. 7, 8. Oh, here it is. 9, 10. This is 9. This is 10 right here. This is 10 teaspoons. So see what you just did. All of this right here, flooding your system. When you play the game that way, you're eventually going to lose. Those chips are eventually going to stack up against you, especially if you're insulin resistant. And when the chips stack up, that's when the game's over. What does it mean to have a game over? Well, in the game, Tetris, you can press a reset. Press the reset button and you can play again. You like, the game will say, would you like to play again? You'd be like, yeah, I want to play again. I almost beat that level. What about Coke Zero? No, Coke Zero is even worse. Okay, don't think you're getting away with it with the Diet Cokes and all that. That's artificial junk. No. It's not great for your blood sugar. Coke, diet, all that stuff. So when you're drinking all that stuff, eating all that stuff, all the chips are just piling up. You can press the reset button in the game. But when you're playing the game of real life blood sugar Tetris, folks, there is no pressing the reset button. There's no pressing the reset button when they say, listen, it's time to amputate. It's time to amputate, boss. There's no reset button. Time to amputate because your A1C has been a little bit too high for too long, and the nutrients cannot get to your toes, so therefore we're going to have to take them. We might have to take that other one too. We're watching it right now, though. We'll see. There's no reset button on that. When they say, all right, you've lost your vision. You've lost your vision. Like, your vision it's gone. There's no pressing the reset button on losing your vision. There's no pressing the reset button when they say your kidneys are shot. There's no pressing the reset button on that. Then there's definitely no reset button on if you pay the ultimate price, like my sister did. Like my sister paid the ultimate price. She lost her life due to this game of blood sugar Tetris. My sister lost the game at the age of 55 years old. And unfortunately, we can't press the reset button on my sister's life. She's no longer here. It's complications of having high blood sugar. So this is it, folks. This is the game. This is the game we're talking about in real life game of blood sugar Tetris. You got to know how to play the game a lot better. We got fats. We got these are the pieces, the fats, the proteins, and the carbs. How we balance these pieces, how we play this game, will determine our overall health, will determine our blood sugar, will determine if our A1C stays high or if it drops, because it ain't going to drop by itself. It ain't going to drop by itself. Wow, that's a whole lot. Yeah, it goes nuts. Yeah, wow, yeah. Water is the way to go. Yeah, wow, that's crazy. I know someone blinded and amputated by diabetes. Yeah, and that probably still didn't have enough to change them. That's probably, the pain is probably still not bad enough being amputated and being blinded. It's still, they probably still got to go through some more pain before they change. I see it all the time. I see it every day. We don't take anything serious until it gets serious. When it gets serious, then we'll take it serious. But until then, we ain't taking anything seriously. Give me my McDonald's, bro. Give me my pizza. Give me my beer. Give me all of that. In the meantime, until it gets serious, give me all that other stuff in the meantime. But when it gets serious, okay, maybe I'll give you a quick example. We talk about diabetes. This is what we're talking about, high blood sugar. I met a gentleman a few months ago. Met him at the VA. And he just got gotten his leg amputated about 6 months ago. And we're talking about diabetes. And he says to me, this is what his response was. After he got his leg amputated 6 months ago, he says to me, I'll never forget it. He says that I might need to change. He might need to consider changing. And I was like, wow, bro, you just got your leg amputated due to complications of diabetes. And you said you might need to consider changing? Blew my mind. So I say that to say it doesn't matter if someone's getting ready to get amputated, or if they got amputated, or if they lost their vision. Like, that doesn't mean anything. It means that they just haven't gotten enough pain to make any changes. They've not gotten enough pain yet to change, so they don't. That's how the story goes. If you haven't gotten in enough pain, you don't hate your current situation. He didn't hate his current situation enough to change, so he's probably not going to. I'm 57. I experienced visceral hemorrhage and a scare of sepsis due to an infection in the foot. Yeah, it's all. Don't play around with your health, folks. If you're ready for change, if you say, I've gotten to the point where change isn't just desired, if you're ready for change, if that's you, you should join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. We're getting ready to get out of here in 5 minutes. You're going to miss your chance to join it if you 5 more minutes, use that discount code ENERGY. We ain't gonna be back until Tuesday. We'll be back on live again on Tuesday, but we ain't coming back until Tuesday. But the discount code is working now. We'll have a different discount code soon, but that's the one right now. ENERGY. If you're ready to join that challenge, if you say, I'm ready to keep my toes, change isn't just desire. Because like I said, some people said, I don't care, Kelley, I just got my leg amputated. I still don't see a need to change quite yet. I don't see it yet. It's not clear enough yet. Was told there was a possibility of amputating my toes. Thank you, goodness. All was okay. Yeah, thank goodness. Thank goodness all is okay if you're able to keep your toes. No, on track with lifestyle changes. Yeah. If you're on track with lifestyle changes, it's amazing. Yes, ENERGY is the discount code. You want to join that discount? You want to join that challenge? Where's the challenge? It is right here, folks. Show you where it is, and we're gonna get out. We're gonna get up out of here today. We'll see y'all again on Tuesday. Tuesday of next week, a couple of days. Click right up here. Oh, let's get this thing to 15,000, man. We almost got it to 15,000. Let's see if we can get it to 15,000, folks. Double tap that screen, bebop that screen, and share this live out with anybody that you know that is struggling with this condition. And here it is. You can click right up here, and then you click on my picture again. Here's where all the goodies are. Here's the quiz. Free quiz. Go take the quiz. Here's the masterclass. Go register for the masterclass. It's a free masterclass. And then right here, the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Here it is right here. It's for people who are ready for serious change. It's for people who have said, if the numbers on their meter are scarier than, if their numbers are spiking more than the rent, then you should join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. For real. If your numbers are spiking more than the rent, you know rent goes up every year. if that's you, if your blood sugar spiking that much, like we talk about all this blood sugar Tetris and all that stuff, then you should join the 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. How do I know this thing works? It's because I did it myself. I created it. I had diabetes, I had heart disease, and I was obese. Right here. Diabetes, heart disease, and obesity. Right there. I showed you the pictures. Already showed you the pictures. Diabetes, heart disease, obesity. None of that anymore. No more diabetes, no more heart disease, no more obesity. None of that anymore. Why? It's because I adopted lifestyle first. I took a lifestyle first approach. I started with my nutrition. That's what I started with. When I was diagnosed with diabetes, heart disease, obesity, I started with my nutrition first. Then I started working out, like I started putting in movement. Then I started meditating, okay? Then I started getting my peaceful mind right. Then I started working on my sleep hygiene. All these things together is called maintaining your pace. Having a peaceful mind, active body, clean eating, effective sleep. Maintain your pace. In the 14-day challenge, we just focus on nutrition. Focus on nutrition. User 505834, you having any trouble with it? So you're trying to do it right now. Let me show you where it is. Show you where it is. It's right here. Use that discount code ENERGY. Right there. Click it. Click right here. Boom. Click it again. Accept the challenge. That's where it is. Use that discount. You put your information in right there. Then your next step is you put your discount code in, which is ENERGY. It'll direct you. Apply it. It'll drop it down to $79 to join that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. ENERGY. Well, I was raised on carbohydrates, rice every day, and bread in every meal. Yeah. Raised thinking that's how we eat. Yeah. How we're raised has a whole hell of a lot to do with everything. That's why nutrition, that's why food is so controversial. So controversial because how we grew up. How we grew up has a huge impact on us as adults and what we eat. But all right, that's it, folks. We're getting ready to get up out of here. User 5834, if you're still running into issues, give me a buzz. Shoot me your information. I got you. We'll get you registered for that 14-day blood sugar reset challenge. Good morning. I changed my eating and keep my money. Yeah, you can do that. It's totally up to you. There's a lot of free stuff. You can keep your money. I'm not telling you to join the challenge. I'm saying if you need some help with it, then you should join the challenge. But if you don't need any help, why the hell would you join the challenge? Okay? You don't need any help. You're good. So I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to people who need the help. Miss Deb, that's who I'm talking to. People who have said they've been trying to get off of this blood sugar roller coaster for many years and no matter what they do, they can't do it. Obviously, you're in a different boat, Miss Deb. You're doing your thing. Shout out to you. But there's a lot of people who are not in that boat that you're in. It's a lot of people who are struggling. A lot of people who don't know what to do. A lot of people who don't know where to start. If you don't know where to start, you should join that challenge. Use that discount code ENERGY. Okay? But here's the thing. We're going to get out of here. We'll see y'all on Tuesday. We're over time. When we're born, when we're born, right? When we're born, we look like they say, hey, man, who do you look like? You look like your mom. You look like your dad. Like, who do you look like? You look like your parents. Maybe you look like your great-grandpa, your great-grandma. You got the same nose. Like, you look like your parents when you were born. But when you die, you look like your choices.